Well, welcome to the Book Spot. Well, welcome to another episode of the Book Spot. And I am Joseph McCrae, author, who is here to inspire you, to encourage you to get your book written. That's what the Book Spot does. It helps folks get their books written. It's the place where people are getting their books written. And so tonight, I want to talk about sticking in there. Stick in there. That's what the topic is tonight. How to stick in there. So I was on the web today looking at wordhippo.com and I found some terms that are used with stick in there. And one of them was hang tough, right? We've heard that one, hang tough. Be patient with it. Keep up. Ride it out. Stand. Weather. Tough it out. These are all words that are used to encourage us, right? To encourage us, to keep us motivated, to keep us um, in the flow, in the flow. And so, as you're writing, there are going to be times that you're going to have to stick in there. You're going to have to just stick in there. I mean, you're going to feel like, you know what? Why am I doing all this? What is this all for? But you have to make a decision to stick in there, be determined, push on, all of that, because there's an idea you have. There's an idea you have that you want to bring it into creation. You want to make it alive. You want to make it real. And so because of that, because you have that idea, you're going to write. You're just going to write and bring it to pass and make it happen. And so I just encourage you. I'm here to just share with you that it does get a little tough. It does get a little trying, but you have to press on. You have to push on because you do want to get that book written. You want to get that book written because it is valuable. It is important to you. It does mean something to you. It has to mean something to you because you have the idea to write it. You have the idea to write it. So I stopped by here today. Actually, I'm a little early because the book spot normally comes on at 7:30, but for some reason I did the flyer for 7. So guess what? I had to honor my word and stick to 7. But it'll be back to 7:30 uh, 2 weeks from now because we're here the first and third Monday. So yes, so um, keep writing, stay inspired because you do want to get to the finish line. You do want to complete the task. You do want to see the sunrise. You want to experience that fulfillment of completing your book. And even though it may seem tough, it may seem like you're getting up early, you seem like you're staying late. Yes, you are. You're making a sacrifice, and not everybody is doing it, but you're doing it. And because you're doing it, you're going to see the reward. You're going to see the reward, the benefit of being able to hold a tangible product in your hand that is your voice in the land, and that's worth it all. That's worth it all to know that your voice is packaged and could be sent all over the world, folks. That is one of the greatest fulfillments I've experienced. And when I've talked to other writers, I found out that that's what they experience too, to know that their ideas went from ideas, thoughts, past situation, past events, and turned into writing, turned into a tangible product. That's what a book is. A book is a tangible product, something you can touch, something you can hold, something you can flip the pages and know that it is the voice of the author. It is the voice of the author. And so that's why tonight I just wanted to stop by here and say, stick in there. Stick in there. Hold on. Hang tough. Be patient. Be patient. It's a process. It's a process. You are bringing to pass your creation, and that is a process. And it could be a very quick process or a slow process, depending on how hard you want to work, how late you want to stay up, how early do you want to get up. So keep up, ride it out, stand. After having done all what? What does it say? Stand. And weather the storm, weather it. You know how valuable and important your book is. You know that it's a priority for your life. Then nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Nothing can hold you back from pursuing writing that book because it means that much to you. So you tough it out. You tough it out. And you just stay consistent. Stay consistent. Don't get all motivated and excited. Oh, I want to do it. I want to do it. And then let that drop off because you're going to be left with regrets. You're going to feel regrets. You're going to feel like, oh man, I wish I should have, could have. I had the thought, I started it, but then I kind of stopped. So stick with it, folks. Stick with it. So the book spot is here to encourage, to inspire, to pump you up, to give you a couple nuggets here and there, bring some guests on once in a while. But behind it all is to let you know that you can do it. I can't write your book for you, but you can do it. You can get your ideas, put them on paper, and start making it come to pass. You can do it, but you got to stick in there. You got to go through the process. You got to be patient with it. Okay. And if you're out there and you're listening, you got a comment or a question, the book spot is here to entertain what you want to share, what you want to ask. That's why I do it. That's why I do the book spot. That's why I'm faithful to it because I know the fulfillment you get when you write a book. I know what it feels like. I know what that feels like to open that book, turn those pages, and hear your voice. Hear, like, that's how I think. That's how I sound. It's an awesome experience. Totally awesome. And I want everybody who wants to write a book to experience that, to have that fulfillment, to know what that feels like. I don't want you to have regrets. I don't want you to look back at your life and say, there was a guy that was on Facebook and YouTube. He was always telling people about writing a book. And I thought about writing a book, but I didn't really. Don't live your life looking back with regrets. For what? Don't look back and say, man, I had a great story. I had a great idea I wanted to share. I mean, I had an experience in my life. I went through some things and I know it would help this group or that group. Well, why didn't you write it? What held you back? Wasn't like it was a lack of pens or pads to write on. It was just you. It was just you. You didn't take the step. You ain't stick in there. You didn't hang tough. You wasn't patient with it. You didn't keep up. You didn't ride it out. But that's all going to change. It's all going to change because now you're pumped up. You're excited. You're ready. You're about to take off. You're about to bring it to pass. You're not going to have no regrets. You're going to have fulfillment. You're going to have fulfillment knowing that you completed and brought to pass a tangible product in the form of a book. I'm telling you, there is no greater fulfillment, I believe, that a human can experience than to know that, wow, that's my book. That's my book. I wrote that. I'm the author. I'm the author. Being an author says you have authority. You have authority to speak about a particular topic. And I look at books I've written. I feel like I'm an authority. I'm an authority to speak about methadone. I'm an authority to speak about alcohol and cocaine. I've been doing it for over 2 decades. I'm an authority to talk about healthy relationships and HIV. I worked in the field. I did it. I can talk about I'm an authority to talk about my mother. I was around her. I I was in her life. She was in my life. We knew each other very well. I can write a book. I can write a memoir about her. See, that's how you got to start thinking. You're an authority in the area that you want to write about. You've experienced it. You've seen it. You've done it. Might as well write about it. You are an authority. You know it very well. And so I got some comments here. I'm just running my mouth. Wait a minute. Somebody say, Will Davis, good evening. If if I have multiple ideas, how do I get confirmation for which one to write first? So I hear that sometimes people have like a lot of ideas about what they want to write about. So you can start writing about them all. You can just write it down. And if there's one in particular that really stands out, if there's an idea or a direction that you want to go in, you'll start figuring it out once you just are writing. And I say just get the pad and just start writing. It's a technique called free writing. Just freely sort of write the ideas out and don't stop. Don't put commas in or periods in. Just write forever long you want to, and then stop when you feel like you're ready to stop. And then just go back and read what you have written. And if you see like a common theme in what you're writing, then that may be where your passion is and the direction that you should go. And so it's an incredible technique called free writing, developed by Peter Elbow. You can look it up, Google it. Uh, but that's a good technique to kind of fish out like what idea stands out the most and what theme you might want to focus on. Sometimes when people sit down, like they may not really be sure like what they want to do, but that technique will help you sort of crystallize it, or sort of narrow it down and figure out exactly um, what direction to go in. But yeah, that's good, Will Davis. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Just get it going, get the ball rolling, get the thoughts. Because every author that I brought on to the book spot, they all have said this central thing, and that is you have to get what's in your head onto paper. You got to get it out. See, you don't really even know like what you're thinking and what's really important to you till you just start getting it out of your head and putting it on paper where you could tangibly see it. And then you'll start noticing like, wow, I keep talking about, boxing, I keep talking about road racing, I keep writing about, being in the clubs and what that experience was like. And then you can start to decide, well, I want to just do a book on being in the club, what that was like, Gatsby's, Odell's, all that old stuff. So you won't know it until you start getting it out of your head. So they all said that. They all had that central theme. And everyone that have come on to the book spot have all said you got to get it out of your head and onto paper so that you can actually start to see like what you're thinking. And so I hope that helps. I hope that helps. So see, yeah, I just think there's so many writers out there. I mean, I just think there's so many people that want to tell their story. And they're incredible stories. I mean, there's so many people that will be blessed from your story. I think one of the greatest things I ever felt was when someone said, you know what, I read your book, and the part when you said this one really, did something. Or I never forget one time, a patient said his stepmom read the book about methadone, and she had a whole nother idea about it, and their relationship actually got better because of that. So Christopher said, did you feel anxious when you got to the finish line? I feel a little anxious, but I know I have to take my time and not rush, but people have told me to take my time. Yeah, you do have to take your time. um the good news is that you're getting close to the finish line. You're not like starting out, or you're not like a quarter around the track. But getting to the finish line is a good feeling. But you do want to take your time and really get it pulled together in a really tight and excellent way, so that when it is presented to the world, it is just tight. It's all together. The story flows. Um, it's been edited well. So taking your time and going back over any suggestions that were made to you, and just telling the story in the most descriptive way, the best way you know how. It's just awesome. It's just awesome because your book can be anywhere. It can get into anyone's hands. Once you release it, people can read it all over the world. It still amazes me that I wake up and see a few books have sold that were written 5 years ago, folks. 4 years ago, uh, someone has purchased the book, and I don't know who they are. I don't know where they are, but they purchased it, and then the next month I see they purchased it again. So it is a great feeling, awesome feeling. So definitely take your time, um, get your package in the most excellent form it could be, because it's going to go out to the world. All right. It's going out to the world. Okay. People say, don't judge a book by its cover. Yes, they will. They will judge a book by its cover and its content. So you want to have that excellent. You want to do it in an excellent way, so that you feel proud. You feel proud that whoever picks your book up, you just know it's tight. It's together. You feel good when it's in their hands, because it was done well. It was done well. The time you put in, the work and effort, all that. So you'll feel good when you're selling it, because um, you're just proud of your work. You just didn't like haphazardly throw a story together and say, here, buy this. But you really took the time to describe it, to really give the reader a good sense of what you were feeling, what that experience was like, that you went through. And with the right usage of words, you can do that. You can really convey how you felt, um, what you saw, uh, the experience, what music was playing, what color. I mean, that's the beauty of writing. You could paint this beautiful picture, and bring your reader into your world. Bring them into your world where they could see like you saw it, right? I mean, I've written stories that happened in the 70s when I was a kid, and I'm giving the reader an idea of what the 70s look like. Some people have no idea. The 70s, what? But I'm letting them know like how, the music played at the bar and the kids stood outside and danced to the music. It was so loud, the door was open. So if you can picture that, a bar in the neighborhood and music playing and kids out there dancing and trying to get a peek inside to see who's in there, and it's all dark. That's what I experienced. That's what I saw as a kid. So you don't see bars like that now, but that's what I experienced. And so I'm writing in a way so that the reader can come into my world, can see the way I saw it. Yeah, this is good. This is good. All right. So we're talking about sticking to it, standing there, fighting the good fight, all that stuff, because you have something valuable, you have something important, and there are people who are going to be blessed from your work. There are people's lives who are going to be better off because of your work, your story. I always say your book is first for you. It's going to bless you first, but it's going to bless other people too. There's other people that's going to grab courage. They're going to get strength. They're going to get inspired. They're going to laugh. They're going to get understanding. They're going to get wisdom, all from your story. From your story. Can you believe that? Somebody, a complete stranger, somebody you never would run into, is going to pick up your book and it's going to be like, wow, man, that really blessed me. I know how to do that now. See, that's what books do. People read them all the time. They selling all the time because they have the ability to do that. Have the ability to change your circumstance, right? Make you think a little different because of what they read. And sometimes they wrote it a long time ago, but it's still relevant today. It still can be applied today. So, yeah, this is good. This is good. This is good. Thank you for your comments. If there are any more out there, the book spot is here a little early tonight. I got excited for some reason. I don't know. But it's here, and it's here to help you get your book written. To help you get your book written, folks. That's the bottom line. That's why I do it. I was calling it the Author's Corner, but I looked on YouTube. Everybody and their brother was the Author's Corner. So I said, this is the book spot. This is the spot where people get their books written. And as long as the book spot is helping people to get their books written, I'll keep saying that. I'll keep saying this is the spot that will help you get your book written. So that's what we do. What we do on the book spot. So thank you for tuning in tonight. If there's any more comment or question, put it in the chat. I'm definitely read it, try to entertain it to the best of my ability. Yeah. So I'm Joseph McCray. I think I told you all that earlier. And I'm an author. I've written several books. You can go on Amazon, just type in Joseph McCray, author. Joseph McCray, valuable. Joseph McCray, methadone. Joseph McCray, mixing. You name it. And I ain't finished, folks. I know that ain't probably the best language, but I ain't finished. Still got books. Still got stories. Still got experiences. I got a book that I got to write to tell folks how to do addiction treatment. I'm going to leave some crumbs for the next nurse to do addiction treatment because there's going to be a day that I'm not going to be doing it. So I want to leave some tips. Keep on doing what you're doing. Yes, yes, Lucille, that's my sister. I am going to keep doing what I do. I'm going to keep doing what I do. Thank you. Because I know it has benefit. I know it has value. Okay. And so I'm going to keep doing it. But yeah, I'm going to leave a handbook for the next nurse to do addiction treatment. Because, folks, I'm going to tell you something. When you come into the field of addiction treatment, there is a way to approach it as a nurse. And one of them is being passionate and being knowledgeable. You will help your patients so much when you care about them and you know a little something. You'll get believers. You'll get believers. They'll trust you. They will aspire to not use substances because they know you care and you won't tell them the wrong thing. And so I want nurses who will come after me to know, like, this is important. Stay informed, stay current, and get to the conferences. Learn all you can about addiction and really care about your patient. Okay. I don't know why I went over in that direction, but nevertheless, that's got to be a book too. That's got to come out. That's got to be a book. And Chris said, did you talk to other authors a lot when you wrote your first book? No, Chris. I was so naive. I knew one author, uh, Annette Morton. And she encouraged me to write a book. She had written a book, but I didn't know many authors. I didn't really know about the Black Writers Guild. I was just kind of working with a writing uh, company, and they were sort of like taking me by the hand. They were called Create. I want to say Create Space. Yeah, I think they were called Create Space, and they were taken over by Kindle Direct Publishing, and so they would talk with me and sort of guide me along with my editing and with my book cover and all that. But it was later, after I wrote that book, that I got connected and start talking with authors and things like that and start connecting with the community. But yeah, I was kind of out there by myself, and but I was determined to get it done. I was determined to get it done. I knew that my mom would have wanted me to accomplish my goal, and the title of that book is "Pushing On." Um, the wonderful stories about the life of Josephine Jordan, and the title itself, "Pushing On," it kind of lines up with this, sticking there, right? And my mom was very positive, so very, very positive, even to the last days of her life, when they said, you have cancer, and I said, Mom, what are you gonna do? She said, I'm just gonna fight. And her spirit just stirs me all the more. She was just a strong woman. And I know if she was here today and could see what I'm doing, she would be my biggest fan. Okay. We would probably be sitting right next to each other right on this video, because she was just so for her children. She was so positive for her children, grandchildren, all that. She wanted you to be the best. She encouraged you to do that. Yeah, but long answer, Chris. I didn't have any help until later on. Later on, my sister said yes, she would. Yes, she would. She would jump right in there and be your biggest supporter. Your biggest supporter. But her spirit still lives on in our family, and so I'm just so thankful to have been able to duplicate her spirit, and push on, stick in there, hang in there, make it work. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. So she taught some valuable lessons. Yeah. So thank you, folks. Thank you all for checking out the Book Spot. Um, and I encourage you all to just stay inspired, stay pumped up. Uh, get with the Black Writers Guild. I want to say, oh, they just had a talk last Saturday. Yeah. They have one once a month, the first Saturday from 1 to 3. There's another group called the Hampden Writers Group, Hampden. I had the lead person of that group on the book spot several months ago, Chris Cosimides. Yeah, they do some good work too. So yeah. Stay in the community with writers. Do whatever it takes just to stay inspired. All right. Let me see here. Yeah. Okay. So we're good. We're good. All right, folks. Thank you for a wonderful evening, wonderful discussion, wonderful talk, wonderful feedback, and you all enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.